Alrighty, and we're live. How are we all doing? I was about to say how we are all doing. So, taking a moment to look at SPY. Of course, we have the Fed conference in just half an hour. And it's going to be exciting. One of the other things I'm going to talk about is this news that's hit. Pop this right on over. Lawmakers unveil bipartisan bill that aims to ban TikTok in the U.S. They want to drop the ban hammer on TikTok. I have no clue how likely this will actually be. I haven't dug through the bill yet. This news is, I guess, semi-old right now. It's not breaking news right now. But not everyone might have caught this. Or under the influence of China, Russia, and several other foreign countries of concern. In or under the influence of. Antisocial CCP Act. CNBC Investing Club with Jim Cramer. $299. I'm sorry. Let's just take a moment to laugh at this. Can you imagine paying $299 for this guy's advice? Get out of here. Get out of here. I mean, what's that add up to? It's kind of like what I charge, honestly. Because he's doing yearly. Well, if you use my services for a year, you're paying about the same. I guess the difference would be the accuracy. Ugh, total abuse of the fact he's on the news because he sucks. I mean, does this guy know that there's an ETF that inverses him that's doing well? Anyways, let's get back to this. We will continue to brief members of Congress on the plans that have been deployed over the oversight of our country's top national security agencies, plans that are well underway to implementing to further secure our platform in the United States. I mean, based off what this article says, which, you know, kudos to CNBC, this doesn't seem very, like, overly biased. It just seems like a report of what's going on. Which is nice to see on the rare occurrences that it actually happens. I saw this, and I don't think that these moves are related to this. The broad market moved on these days. And, you know, these news sites, they like to do this all the time. Because people who write this don't actually follow the market. So they write this and act like it's directly related to this news. But when I was looking at the stocks, I was like, there's no clear indication that this is... I didn't see any, like, extreme spikes in volume that made it look like there was a direct relation. Now, I think if TikTok was actually banned, maybe we get a move. But just from what I'm seeing, I don't think anyone believes that this is actually going to go through. And even as I'm reading through this, this doesn't look very likely. Well, you got 1, 2, 3 Republicans. I actually got 1 Democrat. But this is it. These 3 want to put it through. They want to focus on banning transactions. I mean, this should happen. This should for sure happen. This should have already happened. But this is just one of the dumb things government likes to do, where it's like, parts of this probably won't go through. This should. But rather than put each thing in a separate bill, they want to group everything up and then do one broad sweep. And it's just, it just comes down to these people are just not as intelligent as they think they are. No one's stepping up to change the game. I'm getting really overbought in this report, by the way. I'm going to close that for now. I'll do a little short on it. But I just wanted to read through it, talk about it. 1 p.m. Got 20 minutes right now. Very, very overbought market coming into this. It's not really what I like to see at all. I did not mean to just do that. Son of a gun. Tesla's been a little bit of a pooper scooper lately. Right now it seems to be trading with SPY, but unlike the rest of the market, we're still not actually up much at all. It's been very stagnant, but I'm hoping that this becomes an outperformer pretty quick. One of the things that people keep talking about when it comes to Tesla is that, when Elon has to decide between Tesla or Twitter, he's going to pick Twitter. It's what people, because the board's going to shove him out of Tesla. And he's just going to go. He's just going to go work at Twitter. And what blows my mind is the people saying this, they hate Elon, right? They don't actually follow the guy much. They don't really care to think about his history at all or anything. They're just like, well, he bought Twitter, so Twitter's his whole existence now. And I don't think he wants to own Twitter as much as he just didn't want the other people to own Twitter. Now, I don't see this guy ever choosing Twitter over Tesla. And anyone who says he's going to choose Twitter over Tesla, I think is a bit of a moron. Tesla is his baby that he's had to save multiple times. He will not let anyone take his baby. And more than that, the people actually on the Tesla board like Elon. And he's already put them through a lot of controversy and doubt and hard times, right? Company almost went bankrupt multiple times. And this guy has already gone through crazy phases. Remember when he smoked marijuana on the Joe Rogan podcast and everyone lost it? And some people left the company over it. I mean, people went insane. And I just think if they sat through all of that and were fine, and he's been pretty outspoken about, what he thought back then. By the way, showing no signs of being a hard right-winger, which is what everyone portrays him as now. If you look at his past, definitely a left-leaning guy by any sensible measure of the metric. So I just think that it's completely, absolutely absurd to assume that he's going to leave Tesla to go to Twitter. And I'm having trouble even buying into the thought that the Tesla board would kick him out. And I think if it was even brought up to him, if the notion that they were going to force him out was going to come up at all. I think that he would appoint someone to run Twitter, and he would leave like that and go back to Tesla. And I don't think that that means that he can't also at the simultaneously continue to fund Twitter. And I think on the report that he will return to Tesla, this stock climbs 20%. Because I think that's what all the fear is right now in this company. And it seems holistically over-exaggerated. The stock's been so heavily punished. You know, we went over the one day, I don't know if these old chart lines are going to actually still be on here. They're not. But likely I can pull them up in the Discord. By the way, if you're using the Discord, this is something you could do, by the way. See, I'm searching this channel and typing in Tesla. It brings up everything that listed as Tesla, right? Oh, I didn't mark where that. Yes, I did. 121. I thought, why am I thinking 136? 121, potential lowest low. I think I recharted this, though. Let's check. Thought there was a more updated chart that I had. Is this it? Yes, 138. Okay. That's the more updated chart. 138. It's an absolute low. And you know, you have people who say, like Professor Galloway, New York City business professor, saying, oh, it's going to get cut in half from here. Go to $80, $70, $60, and the company will perform well the whole time and no one will care because Tesla is destroying the fabric of society. Ah! Get out of here. Dramatization. Go to acting school, professor. The stock market is not for you. Maybe your dramatizations. What did I just say? Maybe your dramatizations help with your sales of your company, but it is not going to help you in investment and trading whatsoever. Some emotional nonsense, politically fueled, extremely biased, I borderline no basis in reality. And I didn't even, you know, I prior to this, I haven't been in Tesla for I don't even know how long. I think, you know, I mean, I've always thought Elon was cool, but I don't remember the last time I actually owned this stock until very recently. Even right now, it's a speculation. We do have some options here, which, by the way, I got some clips right now. We actually have a position, took a hit in the small account from doing the 1,000 to 10,000 challenge. I actually tried to take a Tesla position, which is actually still bleeding in the account. There's some goofy nonsense there because I forgot I already had a Webull account. And I didn't realize I could have multiple Webull accounts that were cash accounts. And so when I opened this account, I put it as a margin account. I recognized that. But I was like, well, it shouldn't be a big deal. But then I took this like aggressive Tesla position. And when I was about to sell, it was like, oh, great, they're going to restrict this account. I can't have them restrict this account. I'm using this account for a series. So I'm like, change this to the cash account. And they're like, well, you can't have multiple accounts as a cash account. And I was like, well, just close the other account. There's no money in it. I didn't even realize it existed. And they're like, well, there is money in it. And I was like, then I'll withdraw the money, close the account, and then I can actually, you know, change this to a cash account because it's the dumbest rule ever. This lady tried to tell me on the phone, oh, all brokerages do this. They only allow you to have one cash account. Like, lady, I have like 5 TD Ameritrade accounts. And most of them are cash accounts. That's not a. I have an Interactive Brokers account, a Fidelity account. I have accounts at almost every single brokerage. I even have a Robinhood account. And there's nothing in it. I don't use it, but I'm like, no, that is not the standard for the industry. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Like, why is this arbitrary rule at Webull? It's so stupid. I don't know why. But we're waiting on that to transfer over so that I can actually day trade an account. Remember, with margin trading, you're limited by how many day trades you could take if you're not over 25K. I was wanting to be in a cash account so I could avoid that, right? Because then you can just day trade and play with your cash until you're out of cash. Cash has to settle one day. The next day, you'll have the money again. Then you continue to proceed to day trade. Now, you are limited to how many positions you can take in one day because once you run out of cash, you're out, right? But for that day. But it would allow me to take an aggressive position and sell that position without having to worry about, oh, do I have 3 more day trades left? So, yeah. It's annoying into today when Powell's speaking. If we do get some big moves on the SPY, I will likely day trade it, break the rules, and then say later, okay, just make it a cash account then, and then they'll take them off because they can't have any weird company standards about that because that's just a loss. So I used to be a stockbroker for a company better than Webull, and I know how that works. So I know I can break those rules. I guess I shouldn't say that I intentionally plan on breaking them, but it's not really a big deal. So sometimes you got to ask for forgiveness. And I don't even want forgiveness. I just want them to shut up and let me do what I want to do. But that's the struggle with a small account. Obviously, a bit stupid on me. Some regards, many regards. We are at a loss in there, but I'll pull it up here in a bit. But it happens. Not really trying to complain about it. I'm just trying to explain. I don't really worried about it. It does suck, but there's no reason to dwell on it. Because that's how you just get stuck in downward spirals. That's how you actually nuke a count to zero, is constantly fretting over, I can't believe if only I had done the opposite. If only I had done this. If only, like, oh my gosh, shut up. What's next? What's going to happen next? What are we looking for next? What did you mess up there? How does it messed up? Okay, we recognize that. Move on. Move on. There's other opportunities. They come, they go. Keep your head about you. Don't sit there and tell me about, wow, if I blah, blah, blah. And I could have. No, I don't care. No one cares. Market definitely doesn't care. And you shouldn't care. Because it's not going to do you any good at all. They're stupid thoughts. We all have stupid thoughts. But the better you are at not wasting time having stupid thoughts, the better you can be in the market. It's not practical. It's not helpful. All right, I'm going to give you one break. I'm going to get water real quick before FOMC. Fed conference. There's no. And we got 9 minutes. I like to see this pullback. That's Venice. Get this pulled up on my other screen. Let's detach another version of this. What'd I just do? I want that. And then I want DXY here. We want to watch the dollar moves. Do we have TLT set up somewhere? Oh, we already had DXY, so this should be IWM. Actually, let's have IWM here. TLT here. Which, by the way, I'm pretty bullish on TLT. If we want to pull that up real quick on the 4-hour, we're holding up pretty well. Oh, we actually just dipped below before our 50 RSI. It's okay though. I'm not gonna make any decisions until Powell talks. Then we hear more. But I'm thinking right now, my mind is at pullback, came in, just, saw a lot of accumulation here at this bottom. I think that this is another liftoff point. I have a 113 target right now. I'm posting that in the Discord. That's what we're gonna be looking for. I want XLE here. That's what I want. By the way, we had some good runners for our stock positions. Leader of the day was BE, natural gas. Really nice there. I think a $20 average. See, we were kind of bleeding some recently, but now in profits. It's nice to see. Solid 8% today. It's really nice. I believe FCell is also making some moves today. And I imagine Plug is likely another one. Yeah. 9% on Plug. Wow, that's really great. I didn't even notice how well that was doing. I just recognized that those were doing well. Again, I don't look at the investment account much because you shouldn't. That's also why I don't put out YouTube videos every single day. I know some content creators do. No diss at them, but it's too much. It's too much. Not every little thing that happens is a big deal. Not every little thing that happens even matters. A lot of this stuff that I see big people make videos about every single day, it's just not relevant. And the constant speculation, I do these weekly reports, and sometimes you'll hear me repeat myself, but it's like, in all reality, your macro thesis doesn't need to change all that often. Maybe every 3 months I'm actually making a change in my macro thesis. And what, 99% of the news that comes out doesn't even have any relevancy to anything at all? Like even that TikTok news that we talked about. Like the headline looks like a big deal, but then I read through it, it's like, oh, this isn't very convincing. They need actual proof that China has access to that information. In my opinion. Or TikTok just needs to go for the fake Sam Bankman-Fried route. Which I guess we could talk about that. I might talk about that in a report. I'm not sure if I would talk about it today. We got 3 minutes left until this comes out. I'm going to... Is my chat working on OBS? It's not. See, I should have something here that brings up the chat for me. So I'll do this. Definitely mute that. I'll be watching the stream chat. Oh, I can do this. I didn't even know I could do that. Wasn't that just handy dandy? Okay. Ugh. Some indecisiveness. One minute. Of course, what's going to matter the most is our Fed conference. Unless we get a surprise to the downside. I don't really have any big expectations. Could see a soft rally after the drop, just as because more clarity has been brought to the market. Very likely. As you can see, we're hanging above that 200-day moving average. Oh, and that is a shocker, a banger. The market has been slaughtered. The killing blow has been struck. What do we got? Is it even out yet? That is algos definitely making a rapid move there. Pushing the market into definite oversold territory rapidly. We're below our 200-day moving average. Are we actually going to break our pre-market lows? 400 huge level. Nope, already coming back up. That is an aggressive candle. Are we getting internet consensus? That is... And algos wanted to sell that. Well, alrighty then. I'm going to buy some calls. And I need to move faster. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but I'm definitely willing to do some speculation to the upside here after seeing like how aggressive. I mean, we're at 12 RSI right now. After just coming in line with expectations. Market is upset. We haven't even gotten to the Fed press conference. That is significant. Tesla actually holding up better than the SPY right now. We haven't even hit our previous lows of the day. Whereas the SPY is completely blown through the lows of the pre-market into 11 RSI. Look at the momentum there. Let's look at a 5-minute. Crazy sell-off. I want to see some accumulation here. That looks like bottoms in. Looks like 402. Can we get a touch back up to the 200-day moving average? Let's see. Now I'm going to come in with some speculation. See if I get filled. I got filled. I need to do that so that... Oh, and we need to... Okay. Those Discord alerts can be brutal for people's ears, is some of the feedback I've received. So we're going to try and make sure I don't make you deaf. I'm going to detach this. We bought the 16th. Bought some just like lottos. Just the lotto play, right? 410s. Go with some volume. We're up right now. I got these for like 95. Small position. Not in the small account. Not in the small account. We're in the large account, where we can't do speculation and actually day trade. So letting that roll out. See lots of volume coming in. I was about to say not a lot, but this is pretty significant volume. There's your heavy sitters. Back holding some 380s. We got some squatters. The 380 strike. I mean, overall, this is pretty wild to see today. Overall, if we look at this, there's not been a lot of option trading today. 1.3, 1.2. To what's a crazy week? Not a lot. Not a lot. At all. Positions up 12%. It's doing well. 402. Test. See how that plays out. Actually, bottom's here. Uh-oh. I drew a bad line there. Looks like we about hit that, actually. At 21 RSI? Let's look at the rest of their charts. Dollar spiked. That's if I would kill the market, actually. It's just that dollar spike. XLA, another plummet here. I called it was probably going to be a big pullback today, by the way. I was saying it could potentially push to 98, but I was expecting a pullback. We saw that play out. That was this morning. I pinged that for people. TLT's been fine, which is good. We have a large TLT position in the small account. I mean, literally about a third of the account is currently in TLT calls. Which is not something I'd actually ever recommend, but if you're going for a 10K challenge, go for it. this does look like total trend with the dollar right now. US dollar creeping up and everything having a negative reaction because of it. We're still up on our call play, but we're about to not be. You know, what we need up here is, let's swap this for XLE and let's get VIX down here because I want to see the VIX spike. This is actually one of the larger positions we've still been holding through all of this. Is I have a huge volatility position that we bought down here, actually, and I've continued to hold this. We're well into profits right now in this position. I don't like the CTLT breaking below 107, by the way. If we give up 389 right here, hard cut on multiple positions, on multiple time frames. Das ist no bueno. I just mix Spanish and German and Deutsch. We got 21 minutes until Fed speaks. This is a reaction that I did not expect. Came in with expectations. I think this is nonsense. This is nonsense. This even looks like nonsense. I'm expecting them. I don't think this is doable, but I'm expecting them to say. One of the things I'm thinking right now is that 3% will become the new target. I wouldn't be surprised to see them do that. For them to be like, well, we're actually just going for 3%. You know, we wanted 2%, but we're greedy. And we don't think that's actually going to happen. Still no questions. You can always type in your questions down below. We're still waiting for this to start. I have it open on a different screen. As soon as that's live, we'll do some live commentary. Yeah, so I guess there was thought that, I guess the market might have really thought that the softening inflation data meant that this hike would be different, which is kind of stupid. But maybe that really was the wider view of that the market had. I mean, it's really hard for me to wrap my head around that, honestly. But this is why we carried a lot of cash into today. Didn't have a lot of positions. I like Pinterest right now, by the way, still. TLT reclaimed 107. We're going to go ahead and put this on a 1 minute chart. Coin's bouncing back some. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. How's it holding up? Oof. Oof. It's not even that big of a oof, really. I mean, you're already oversold territory, and it's just dipping below 18. That's pretty solid. That's pretty solid. We're still bullish here. Are we still bullish? Still in overbought territory on the 4 hour. Not a whole lot of momentum in either direction here. In fact, this might look topped out. Might need to chop some. Still at 52. Still bullish here. We did touch that 0.618. I wish I hadn't drawn that line so bad, but we weren't really going for a scalp anyways. I just wanted to see, okay, what level am I looking for to say that this is now looking bullish again on the day? And of course, what's really going to matter to me is what Powell's going to say. Although that reaction is just so unprecedented, in my view. I did not think the market actually thought there'd be a change on the hike today. I did not foresee any change. I thought the 50 was priced in. Apparently it wasn't. It's the further selling, too, that makes me think that this is just algos set to sell on whatever news. This is people coming in afterwards and capitulating. What we want to see right now is some accumulation. And what I'm hoping for today is a V-shaped recovery. We defended that critical level below 398. Big sell-off after that. Big sell-off after that. No one in the chat. No one chatted up today. There we go. So this was taking into account a wide range of information, including readings on public health, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing new there. Higher for longer. This guy has me blocked. He tweeted something stupid, and I corrected him. Not even in a mean way. And he just blocked me. Immediately. And I was like, okay. I don't really understand why. You said something really dumb, so I just pointed out what the actual answer was. It was over something stupid, like you said Roku was just like a new Uverse or something like that, and it was like Roku's a streaming platform that creates their own content, and I was explaining their moat or something. Just providing information that most people would find as helpful information. This guy's reaction was to immediately block me. Some people are goofy. They don't like looking stupid. That's how I take it. He said something stupid. I pointed out it was stupid. Embarrassed him in front of his followers. In reaction, he blocks me. If you correct me on something, I'll thank you. Kind of feel like that's what you should do. All right, we got 17. We got 13 minutes till this pulls up. Just gonna keep an eye on the market right here. We just probably good seeing that accumulation, and I want to see that continue as we wait for Powell to talk. And it's funny how fast these narratives change. People are like this comment here, higher for longer. Yeah, I mean this is what they said last time they talked. The market gets carried away with narratives so fast. But I expect Powell to come out and actually be somewhat dovish. And by somewhat dovish, I rather mean that the market's going to take anything he says that's slightly dovish and run with it, just like they did last time. That's my anticipation. And then rally to 430. If he says something about a pause or some larger slowing, or I mean, if he says the word pause at all, market's 430 by end of the year before a major plummet into next year. Now, this conference is going to be like the conference before last. We see a clear break before 398. It could also cause us some trouble in our bond position, honestly, in the shorter term. Remember, those are March contracts, though, as well. Those are not short-term trades. You know, I'm doing short-term call-outs for people who want to play the chop. But for the majority of my position, I'm not. You know? So I might sell some contracts. Like, this is short-term top. I might sell some of the contracts and then buy back in. But typically, if I have a longer time frame, I'm not going to sit there and micromanage that trade. I'm just going to let it play out. If you're watching the stream, it would be so helpful if you could leave a like. If you want to comment, it'd be great as well. You know, if you leave a comment, it'd make me so happy. Say hi. Say, hey, you're dumb. Say, why hasn't Pinterest been bought out yet? Come on, Josh. You said there could be a buyout potential there. Why hasn't it happened yet? What's going on with Uroy? Uroy's another one. These Uroy contracts. I want to bleed a hole in my pocket. But it's a fundamental play. I knew how weak the chart looked. And in fact, I think during that big move, it actually spiked up a bit. That's the great thing about playing a small penny stock like this is this doesn't really care about what the greater market's doing. And actually, let's see how our energy stocks held up with that sell-off so well. So well. So strong. Whatever. UNG had some reaction. I posted about UNG this morning. I'm going to need to read this later. This is a tight range on UNG that we need to look for. $22, above 22. Bullish confirmation, low 18, bearish confirmation. Reevaluate the chart. Could be an easy buy below 18 though. Oh, yeah. 8 minutes. I don't really care about any of that. Yes. I know. Holy cow. Whoops. That's the wrong number. Excuse me. Sorry, I shouldn't cough straight into the mic. We got 5 minutes. We're still up on our call position. Like to see it. Of course, in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat. I'll be ready to cut these on a clear break roll of 398. And take a bullish play. Bearish play. Bearish play. Very wild day. Honestly, the whole week was more choppy than I expected. I was expected a more crazy week than this. But this has been I don't know, lackluster, lukewarm, Top City. I should make some Top City t-shirts, to be honest. Chop City. Frequent visitor of Chop City. And then like put like city buildings for the Fenerbahce levels. Chop City. Be a cool shirt, actually. Might be a good idea. No questions as of yet. I think for the conference, let me figure out what I want to do here for this, because we've done a few different things in the past. I might, you know what? I'll drag this over here. We'll swap over to oh, it's so fancy. Oh wow. But that was an L. Work with me here. 2 minutes. Ah, that's good. Okay. Excuse me. Pull this up here. Is that even easy enough for people to view? I don't think it is. Is that big enough? How does this setup look? Huh? We'll just do it like this. We're live.